thought I was aiming for a bridge, but I got the wrong turning, and so I ended up cycling further than I wanted in the rain. But it's slowing down now. But the new tyres are good. New tyres are good. Look at this.
Hello everyone, I hope you're keeping well. Yes, on recent adventures I went to Ember's Cafe in Coalbrookdale. Absolutely fantastic. A friend of mine, Adam, runs it. He cooks everything on fire. You'll know him online as the Shropshire Lad. And I tell you what, his pulled pork hash with crispy potatoes is absolutely amazing and easily the best breakfast in Shropshire. Now, back to these tyres. Oh my god, these tyres are amazing. Found them on eBay, these Velmax ones. I'm not sponsored or anything like that. They were the cheapest ones on eBay for a pair, to be honest, and they have absolutely improved this bike no end. Just check out the riding. So I decided to go out and test them out, and it started off really nice actually. I thought I'm going to get in between the showers. I'm going to get to have a good test of these on some slippy, leafy cycle paths, and then it kind of went downhill from there. The one downside to living on a hill is if you live on one side of it, you can't really see what's on the other side of it. And it wasn't until I got to the top of the hill where I live that I realised this was on the other side of it. Yes, this bit of a storm front moving in, which is essentially in the exact direction I was heading. But I thought to myself, it's fine. There's a few places I can stop. I know there's some railway tunnels, some old bridges, things like that. And I can just dodge the showers and I'll be fine. It'll be fine, Ross. Needless to say, it didn't quite pan out with that, and just round this corner it started to hoof it down, so I had to seek shelter in the local Asda. But hey, it's a good test for the tyres. I mean, I'm flat out on the cycle path, and these slabs with the water on can be quite skiddy at times. No, but tyres, fantastic. They are honestly so much of an improvement with the tyres that actually come on the bike. And so, once again, I'll say, if you do get this bike, I think it's wonderful, but I would change the tyres on it, especially now it's into autumn. But thank God they build these Asdas now with these massive big verandas on, because it come in handy and it saved me getting too wet. As I said, this was just supposed to be a casual ride, test out the tyres and maybe shoot a bit of B-roll for a project I'm working on, hoping to get a few of the historic places around the town park. And to be perfectly honest, I was really hoping it was going to be nice. I suppose I was being super positive, and I should have just sacked it off earlier and said to myself, no, Roscoe, this isn't going to work. Just go home, get warm and get dry, and just leave it for another day. But no, I persisted and I carried on. And I was like, no, I will get this footage. I will test these tyres out. I will make the most of it. Ross, there's no such thing as bad weather. There's only bad clothing. That's what I was telling myself over and over again. And I'd got my rain mac in the bag, so I was all good. No such thing as bad weather, Ross, just bad clothing. As I go through the mud. And everywhere seems to get worse. But the thing was, I kept seeing this glorious blue sky and sunshine ahead of me, and I kept thinking, yes, you're doing the right thing, Ross. Just keep pushing on, keep chasing that sunshine, you'll be fine, lad. Everything's going grand. It's all coming up Millhouse.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Yes, so I decided the best thing to do here was probably go home. Chasing blue skies is probably not ideal, especially considering over the last few weeks, because of this really warm summer with a load of rain coming in, we've had thunderstorms. And I thought to myself, I really don't want to get caught out across the town park in a thunderstorm, especially if there's lightning and other things, because I really don't like thunder and lightning. It's actually one of the few things that absolutely scares the pants off me. It goes back to when I was a kid and I was once fishing on a lake, and a big storm moved in, and essentially I was next to a big body of water with two 12-foot carbon rods, and I had nowhere to go, and me and my mate had to like hunker down in a tent and let it pass. And as soon as the worst passed, we packed up sharpish and we headed for cover into an underpass. So I really don't like thunder and lightning. I remember watching it over the lake and remembering that all these bits of lightning that were hitting the lake and stuff, thinking to myself, oh my god, I'm only a few hundred yards away from being vaporized. So yeah, I probably have some kind of thunder PTSD. But back to the tyres. As you can see, at this point it was absolutely battering it down. I was wet, the tyres were wet, the cycle paths were wet, they were full of leaves and beech nuts and all kinds of things, and I was going flat out. I was up to the limit to the e-bike. I was at 15.5 miles per hour. I was pedaling hard, the motor was on 5, we were going great guns, and to be perfectly honest, I had no issues whatsoever. I didn't feel a tyre slip once. Even going around some corners at a much increased speed to what I was doing before on the old tyres, I still had no issues. These tyres gripped extremely well, and I highly recommend them, especially if you've got a similar bike to me and you're worried about skidding all over the place like I was. Some of you might know this hill. It's quite a long, steep hill that goes the back way into the Telford town centre, into the town park where they have a lot of events like the Balloon Festival and stuff. And at the moment when I'm going up this, I am pedalling. The gears are on the lowest gear, so I'm putting in 0 effort, and I've got the motor on 5, so it's full power. So I'm going up this hill with essentially 0 pedaling effort and full motor power, as it were. And look, even on this horrible slippy cycle path, these tyres are still doing great.
Fuck I do. Now you can see this. Probably can't. It's probably all watered up, isn't it? The lens. Look at it. Big thank you to the tree. Big up trees. Whoa. I thought I was aiming for a bridge, but I got the wrong turn in, and so I ended up cycling further than I wanted in the rain. But it's slowing down now, it's slowing down. Just wish I had something to clean my glasses, but my cloth's in the back of my bag and it's going to be wet as well. But the new tyres are good. New tyres are good. Look at this. They've been out on the beech nuts, the pine needles, the gravel and the torrential rain, and I feel a lot more comfortable with them than I did the other ones. A lot more comfortable. I actually had the bike up to 15 mile an hour in the rain on the gravel. I felt happy as Larry with it. Happy as Larry. Obviously it's still quite scary. If you come off at that speed it's going to hurt, but the other tyres were a bit too skiddy. They were fun, but they were a bit too skiddy. Alright, I'm hoping it'll stop in a minute and then I can carry on. One good thing about the rain shower was I did get to stop and eat my apple, and it was a Cox's orange pippin which I grew on my allotment. And if you're interested in gardening and things like that, I have another channel and the link's below. But yeah, back to the cycle path and back to people walking 3, 4, 5, a million abreast on a cycle path, and back to people just not really caring about where they walk or what they do. And then to top it off, the lightning did actually start. So yeah, I was starting to panic. I wanted to get home quick, and then I had to deal with more and more people that just wanted to casually walk in front of me, which is another reason, you know, I have a GoPro, because one of these days I can see someone's dog or someone walking right in front of me and me hitting them and them trying to say it's my fault, and I'll be saying, nope, it's not me, I do a really slow speed, thank you very much. But this is another annoying thing, isn't it? What's with people? You can see I always stop for pedestrians when it's raining and let them cross the road, always. Everyone's in their own little world now, aren't they? Everyone's in their own little world. As you can see from another 30 seconds just down here, another cycle path again. This is a cycle path, and yet the look this man gives me is it's fantastic. It really is. He's so surprised to see a cyclist on a cycle path. What are you doing, young man? How dare you interrupt my stride when I'm strolling with my family? Yes, that was the look he gave me. It beggars belief, doesn't it? It really does. But what can you do? What can you do? All I can do is honk my comedy horn and hope for the best, until I get a water cannon, and then I can blast them out the way. Yes.
Maybe that's the new evolution of e-bikes. E-bikes with a water cannon for when your comedy horn doesn't work. Anyway, folks, the whole point of this video, as I said, was to test the tyres out. And I'm absolutely going as fast as I can home now through some really bad conditions. And as you can see from the footage, these tyres handle really, really well. So if you want some decent tyres for your e-bike, I can highly recommend these ones, these Velmax. Like I said, I'm not sponsored. They were the cheapest on eBay and they seem to be really good. But I'm going to bid you adieu because I'm into the home stretch. Well, as you know, I'm already home because I'm narrating this video. But I want to get home. I want to get dry. And I'm going to do some cooking, I think. Yes, when I can, I really enjoy cooking. I can't always do it all the time because of, you know, disability, hand coordination, all the rest of it. But I do enjoy cooking, and having the allotment when you've got really good fresh produce, especially at this time of year, oh, it's just a delight to cook with decent things, isn't it? And because I looked after the Labradors, or we looked after the Labradors, I got given a lovely chunk of Shropshire venison that was dispatched at some point over the last 12 months probably. And it curried up really nice, pan fried it off with some herbs and spices, and then we put it into curry sauce. I think it was a Rogan Josh I did. Let it simmer down to reduce. Baked my flapjack. Then I put some dark chocolate in a bain-marie. Made the flapjacks while the curry reduced into a nice thick sauce. Flapjacks are very simple. Oats, butter, honey, golden syrup, dark chocolate, and a little bit of cinnamon in there, and a little bit of ginger too, and they had a slightly Lebkuchen taste. And if you like Lebkuchen, oh, what a flavour it is. And look at that delightful curry. So there it is, folks. For the last few weeks I have been testing tyres and eating amazing food. So until next time, take care. Speak soon.